Hi, this is Lateefat Yusuff. Welcome to my phase 2 of my Data 606 capstone project, where I'll be working on foodborne disease outbreaks in the US. I did some research and I found 3 articles that tie into my subject topic. The first one is research done using online restaurant reviews. And in this study, they were looking to find if a review could tell if a person was experiencing a foodborne illness or if a review indicated multiple people were experiencing foodborne illnesses. So the researchers actually carried out this by building a classifier that enabled them to identify 10 outbreaks and 8,523 complaints of foodborne illnesses associated with New York City restaurants. The second article that I found was about analysis of consumer food purchase data used for outbreak investigations and a review. So the researchers here really just dove deep into existing literature, and they focused on describing the use of consumer purchase datasets in outbreak investigations and to consider methodological and practical difficulties. So basically, in this article, they really went into the consumer purchase data sets and understanding their relevance and importance when solving the cases of outbreaks. In this third article, um, researchers here developed a model using machine learning to predict the animal source of an outbreak using over 1,000 genomes. And here, Dang and his colleagues were able to train a model up to 92% accuracy. So while all these projects are fairly interesting, my project differs because I'm not focusing solely on exploratory data analysis. A trend that I also found with other students who have used this data set is that they really focus their energy onto exploratory data analysis, whereas I'm wanting to build a model that can predict where and when an outbreak will actually occur. Also, I'm using credible CDC data, which is a little bit different from review data and past literature. I'm also not solely focusing on a source of a specific outbreak. So in this phase, getting to know my data, I did a few quick things off the back, which was getting a describe to see like the averages, the max and mins, and also getting to see all the states that were there. And I realized that there weren't just the main 50 states in the United States. It also included Republic of Palau, Guam, Puerto Rico as well, which I didn't initially know that was in this data set, so that was interesting to find. So here are my project goals that I explained in my first phase. Here, I was able to tackle 3 of my questions that I was looking to answer. Those questions are most of the foodborne disease outbreaks found in restaurants or home settings? Are foodborne disease outbreaks increasing over time? What are the most dangerous foodborne outbreaks to look out for in each state? So with exploratory analysis, I was able to find the states that had the most recordings of outbreaks, which I found Florida was the highest number of outbreaks. Also was able to see the number of fatalities per state. So while Florida had the number of outbreaks, California actually had more fatalities. I was also able to see the percent of outbreaks that led to fatalities. So while Florida had a huge amount of outbreaks and a huge amount of fatalities, about 50% of them actually led to fatalities, whereas California, 87% led to fatalities. So this was kind of interesting. So here I was looking at the most fatal species, which turns out to be um, no, norovirus genogroup 1. Um, And popular locations are restaurants, which is very striking. Private homes and residences is actually next. I was pleased to see that schools are actually lower down on the list, and universities. Popular foods, they have a category that's multiple foods, which after doing this, I will have to take that out. I think I'm going to take that out of this before I do any training, just because it doesn't really give me any insight. Um, One of the highest is oysters, or raw food, ground beef, and burgers, things of that nature. So outbreaks over time, it shows that actually outbreaks are kind of shown a trend of decreasing over time, which is good news. So for data cleansing, what I went ahead and did was just remove missing values, remove the ingredients column, which was really repetitive to the food column. It had basically the same information. I simplified the list of repetitive foods, like there were some like chicken sandwich, chicken wraps. So I just try to simplify that list, remove the multiple foods entry from the data set. And when it's time to train, I like to scale the data to balance the weights, because a lot of the number of occurrences are probably high because of the large population based off of state. And that's about it for now. And I would like to hear you guys' feedback. If you have any questions for me or feedbacks on how I can improve for next time, please let me know. I hope you guys enjoy this, and good luck on your presentations.